Hi, I'm Annette Pasternak, the Stop Skin Picking Coach, and I'm here today with a Q&A for you. It's kind of part two of a Q&A that I did maybe a month ago, but we have two questions today, and let's just jump right in. So the first one is, are there any topical products that reduce the urges to pick? Okay, this is a great question. Now, to answer it, I want to remind you, or just tell you if you haven't heard this before, that urges to pick mostly come from seeing your skin and touching your skin. So if you're seeing or touching a bump or an irregular bit of skin hanging off a cuticle, or whatever irregular texture that you're noticing, that's really causing the urge to pick. Okay, before you looked at your skin or touched your skin, there was much less urge. Maybe you had the urge to check it. You were like, I wonder what it looks like now, or whatever. But usually that arises after you've been touching your skin or looking at it. Okay, so as far as topical products, what that tells us is you really just want some topical product that will change the feel of your skin, because it's really like that feeling that you're used to of what a bump feels like, or whatever you're picking at, a scab or whatever. And so you can almost use anything. Some things that my clients find helpful are like moisturizing lotion, like just keeping some moisturizer in a pump next to their desk, and every once in a while putting that on, because the slippery feeling is not really appealing to them as far as picking, and they won't do it. So that works. Sometimes people use masks for their faces. Even just natural things like some yogurt or honey works quite well, because honey is antibacterial. So, whatever you have on your skin, of course, you're blocking yourself from picking. And then sometimes even the benefit lasts after you wash your skin, you wash your face, and it feels a little bit, feels kind of clean, and you feel like you've done something good for yourself too. And another thing that works for acne, one of my YouTube viewers wrote this in the comments, that she grinds up oatmeal and then mixes it, I think, with water into a paste, and then she'll put that on any of the places that she picks at. And she does it in the shower because it's kind of messy. She puts it on, she waits 5 minutes, and then washes it off. And she said that actually that's cut down on about 90% of her acne. And, a lot of times when we don't have the trigger of whatever it is, the pimples, the acne, then we're just not getting picked nearly as much. So taking care of the more underlying issue of the acne is helping with the picking. So those are some topical products that reduce the urges to pick, and they're things that you can find anywhere, really. If there are any other ones that work for you, please write them in the comments. The second skin question for today is wondering what a skin therapeutic can do for me and the dark places on my face from picking. And in parentheses, she says post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. All right, so thanks again for these questions. So to start to answer this, I want to just tell you I have a post on my website written by a dermatologist on just this issue, like scar removal, and it's basically an overview of different methods for scar removal and scar amelioration, I guess, making them better. So check that out. I'll actually include the link in the description below my video. Now, I have experience with two of the methods for removing hyperpigmentation, which I believe is just another way of saying dark colored scars. So one of them is photofacials. So as far as I understand this, they are shining laser light at your face and kind of burning off the skin. Well, these methods kind of have the same effect of taking layers of your skin off in one way or the other. So the photofacial is using light to kind of burn them off. Now, if my understanding of this is not perfect, forgive me, I'm not a dermatologist or anything close to it, but that's my understanding of this. And I got, this was a few years ago, I was not living here, so it was at least probably 4 years ago, I got a a Groupon for 3 photofacials. I only went to one though, because I was very scared. I tend to be really scared of like treatments and prescriptions and things. And so I told them like, go a little lighter, go easier, because I was afraid I'd walk out with bright red face and it would hurt. I don't know. So anyway, I only did one of the 3 treatments. What I did notice, I had a really dark freckle. I used to have a dark freckle on my nose. And that freckle in a few days, it just clear came off. But as far as my scars, which were like larger in diameter, a little less dark, you know, they were more subtle than a freckle, it didn't noticeably have an effect. Maybe it would have if I went to the 3, you know, more than 3 I think is even recommended. So, you know, it might have worked, I don't know, but I didn't notice anything from the one session. And it kind of hurt and it kind of scared me, so I didn't go back. The second method is peels, glycolic acid peels. Now there's a couple of grades of this. Like if you go to a dermatologist, I think they can do a higher percentage acid peel, the real kind of peel. I did not do this. I got one at just a, you know, facialist place, like a spa, and got the sort of light version a few times over the winter. You have to do this over the winter. So this is more like a acid peel, okay? So the acid is taking away the top layers of your skin, and then the skin's coming through, and you know, the layers are coming up, the scars are coming up. You cannot get any sun on your face though. And I mean, the woman told me this. She told me that I had to wear sunscreen and all that, but I don't think she emphasized enough that like you can't get any. And I was still going out for walks, kind of like in the middle of the day because it was too cold in the morning. And yeah, I'd have my SPF 30 on, and I can't remember if I was wearing a hat and stuff, but you know, basically like this area that scarred here, it still was getting, I guess, a little bit of sun. So there I really didn't notice anything either, but I might not have done it correctly. So the glycolic acid facial, it stings. It made my face red very temporarily, but by the time I was ready to go home, it was pretty okay. Whereas I had once had a friend who got one at the dermatologist, and her face was red for days. So, I mean, her skin looked beautiful after that. One product I think was kind of helpful is this at-home Bliss, that's Incredipeel Spa Strength Glycolic Resurfacing Pads. So this I did on myself. I got it, what a deal. At Costco it was $15, and then I found out later it's really $50. So the next time I bought it, I actually bought it one more time online, and I did pay $50. But it's this one, it says targets fine lines, wrinkles, dark spots, and imperfections. And I think it might have helped to fade a little. It definitely, you feel your skin feels so much smoother. So that's another glycolic. Again, you can't get any sun when you're using this. Or what happens when you get sun is it actually makes the scars darker. So like, you know, especially when I went to the spa, like I paid all this money and I think it didn't do a damn thing because I think I got sun and it darkened it or something. I mean, hopefully the scars were just like up there and, you know, are ready to come out. And it just, maybe it would have taken 1 or 2 more. Maybe I'll try it again this winter, I don't know. Third way of scar removal that I've tried like a little, not professionally, but just at home, would be microdermabrasion. And I guess maybe I haven't even tried microdermabrasion per se, but just a pumice peel, which is a fine grain kind of exfoliant. And but there is a microdermabrasion treatments that it's kind of like sanding off the layers of your skin. So like I said, all these have something in common. Either you're burning it off with the sun or with light, you're burning it off with chemicals, or you're sanding it off. to get to those lower areas of your skin to regrow the skin. You know, when you take off skin, you're going to stimulate the growth of the new skin underneath as well. And eventually those scars will come out and be gone. But really, I also want to still emphasize the most important thing here is that you're done picking. You know, you're not creating new scars continually. So there's almost no point in treating scars if you're still creating new scars. Just saying. Definitely, I want to also note that when you're doing any of these things, like glycolic, that kind of stuff, you can't do that on broken skin. So just know that you cannot have active picking sites when you're doing this kind of scar removal. And so if you still need help stopping picking, definitely stop by my website, stopskinpickingcoach.com. I've got lots of resources there, free stuff, or you can buy my book also on Amazon. Then the last thing I tried like a long time ago was hydroquinones, and those chemically lighten scars. And so there's different creams you can get with that. I hated the smell, so I just didn't really stick to that. And then I think I talked before another time about ozonated oils. I'll put that in the notes as well, as that being something definitely not harmful to the skin, whereas to the body, whereas hydroquinones, you know, you get them absorbed, who knows. If you've had experience with any of these methods or other methods of scar removal or scar fading, please share them in the comments so that everyone can benefit. All right, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not subscribed to my channel, and I will see you next week.